The boy who played the harp is a reference to the Bible, specifically 1 Samuel and chapter 16. So to do this justice, I feel like we're going to have to take a look at the Bible and some context to
hit me.
Try to bring it to life and understand Dave's way of thinking. I'm going to look at this particular chapter in the Bible, and it starts with God speaking to Samuel, where we hear God say to him that he's rejected Saul, who was the then king of Israel, and basically he's on his way out. He had repeatedly disobeyed God, and so God sent Samuel to a man named Jesse and says to him, the future king is amongst this guy's sons. He gets there and gets to David, the 8th son, the last whom Jesse presents to Samuel. To say, like it's probably not going to be him. The youngest guy who's just randomly out in the fields. So he gets there and he's like, nice, it's him. We're told at this moment that the Spirit of God fills David, and then we cut to King Saul. The Bible says, at that exact moment, the Spirit of God left Saul. In place, a tormenting spirit came upon him, causing depression and fear.
Oh, right.
And so one of his servants suggests finding someone who plays the harp to come and help sort of soothe him and make him feel better. So it was suggested that David could be this guy.
Right.
Saul's just like in the trenches, like get whoever, just get him. So David comes, plays the harp, and lo and behold, it calmed this tormenting spirit. Saul liked David as a guy, and so he kind of also gave him the additional task of being his armor bearer for battle. So I guess at this point now he's going between like the palace and his family home, where he's also still shepherding and stuff. His brothers are fighting on the front line for the king's army. At one point, David is bringing like sustenance to the man on the front line. They're defending themselves from the Philistine army, who are basically coming and trying to invade Israel. And so cue David confronting Goliath, who's there like with all of his bravado, gets his trusty slingshot that he's been using in the fields to look after the sheep, and like slings Goliath and cuts his head off and all of this. In the years to come, Saul dies and David eventually becomes king. So I guess now we've set that backdrop. What does that mean for the interpretation of the title and the album? I feel like Dave is obviously the namesake of the shepherd, harp-playing future King David that we read about, and his skill set, shepherding his flock from predators with a slingshot, and his musical abilities are both used for significant reasons beyond their intended purpose. One, to free the king from an oppressive spirit, and two, to free his country from an oppressive army. And so my take on this is that Dave sees himself in the life of David, someone who's skilled at their craft, and is presented with an opportunity to now use that skill for a greater good that goes beyond its immediate purpose. And yes, it takes bravery, but it's also the perfect collision of preparation and opportunity that leads to him stepping into his destiny.
I knew it was a Bible reference, but I didn't look any deeper. It's interesting to hear more behind it in terms of being like the future one that's kind of fighting for more than just what they were intended to be there for.